So let's fix the issue we have with well, when we are going and sticking onto a wall. Okay, now I'm actually pressing the opposite key. Okay, instead of where he's going. So I'm pressing left and he's actually going right. So let's fix that. Now, the way we're going to fix that is based off one simple thing. And well, the fix we're going to get is based off of that. So I want you to take a look and maybe let's get rid of the enemy. Or just have him go somewhere else, I guess. Although he's still going to be able to see us. So I want you to look at where the controller is actually oriented. Okay, and you can see, oh well, let's run. And we can see that when we're sticking onto a wall, we're actually having the same rotation and the same normal as the wall. Okay, then never mind that the animation is actually looking the other way. Our transform will have the same normal and will have the same rotation as the normal axis, or well, the opposite if you want to be specific, which means when we are moving onto our wall with our wall movement, our move direction already has the towards of our wall. So we know that everything that happens in here is after we are onto the wall. Okay, so that means if we just pass again our horizontal, and I think just horizontal actually, we don't even need the vertical anymore. Then we create a move direction or a new move direction. So basically I think maybe we don't even need the move direction, the old one. Yeah, we won't even need it. So we can't just override it. Okay, so move direction now will be our own mTransform.right by horizontal. Okay, then it will continue doing everything we do. Now, projecting this onto the plane, it might not actually have any use anymore because this is now, we know that our transform looks directly onto the normal, which means we can keep moving onto the plane either way. So we can actually try this. Let's comment it out. Okay, so here's our move direction, and we'll see if it brings us any problems. We're going to fix it again, but I think that should probably do it. And it should be fine. Let's see, yeah, we forgot to pass the horizontal. So, however, we do need a horizontal to be passed from here, so that means we have our normal and we also have our horizontal. Only problem that might exist from this is that we are not yet rotated. So the first thing we should be doing from that is to actually rotate towards the position we're doing. And here's another problem that arises to mind. So if we are going to stick onto the right, then that means that we're going to have a problem because we're still going to be able to going left and right. So no, maybe that's not what we should do about this. Let's see. We have that. Actually, let me show you first what I mean by that. Let's close the enemy entirely, just so that we do not have anything obstructing our view. So, with this now, if I'm going to go and stick onto a wall, it works as you expect. Okay, so going left, going right. Okay, and the same will go if I'm going onto a wall that looks either north or south, but sticking onto any wall that is not left or right will actually make you move, will actually make you constantly move. And I think we need to fix our distance we detect. So let's see, wall detect distance, let's do 0.2. Okay, so as you can see now, we really need to do something about that. We always keep moving. So that's the other problem we have. Now, let's try, instead of taking the move direction onto basically including the horizontal again, let's try switching the move direction to be relative to our own transform. So let's try m transform dot, let's see, this will become from wall space to local space, move direction. Okay, and I don't know what the projection will do to this, but let's project it back again. So we'll see. We're still going to keep the rotation in any case. We're always going to handle rotation first. And yeah, we need to remove the horizontal. And yeah, we still have a problem because we effectively did the same thing actually. Because turning that into the relative position, it means, yeah, we basically just turn it around. We're still sticking onto a wall, but because we turn that into relative position, then that means we're going to have to read. Okay, so here's the thing. Instead of passing anything with our own camera transform, or actually, you know what? Transform to right and transform to... okay, let me think. Okay, so I have the fix, but yeah, it was actually easier than expected, to be honest. So here's the fix. Was basically just take the dot again. Okay, and if the dot is less than 0, simply multiply by -1. There might be a chance that you might have a problem with diagonal movements, or diagonal way of sticking onto a wall, but this is after all a PSX era game, so there weren't that many rotated or positions that you could take cover behind, and they were diagonal. And I think back then analog wasn't even that much of a thing, so we didn't even have thumbsticks. Okay, so we're going to roll with this. One small change I want to fix, however, is when sticking onto a wall, okay, and letting go, he actually rotates back to see towards us, or towards the wall. So I will actually leave it for him to keep looking towards the same position he was in. So to fix that, I'm going to go and change the animations first. Let's find them. Wall idle, and instead of an offset of 0, I'm going to set this to 0. Instead of 180, I'm going to set this to 0, and same with this. So basically they are the same animation. And we have to change some things on the animator as well. Let's put this here, we don't need it anymore. Okay, then all we need to do is on the wall locomotion simply make this the opposite way. So instead of him going left here, yeah, actually no, that's actually wrong. We're still going to keep it the same way. Okay, that's even easier then. So save that. And what we're going to do is, instead of having him rotate the opposite to the normal, he's actually going to rotate the same way as the normal. Okay, and I think we don't even need to change it on anywhere else. Yeah, I think that should be good with this. Let's take a look. Yeah, we need to change our camera, which is easy to fix. So to change the camera as well, I'm going to take the wall camera prop, and instead of having it behind him, we can actually open it again. Instead of having it behind him, we can have him in front of it. Okay, and then simply close the camera. Hit play. And voila, we have the same thing. Same with crouch, and let's see how we are with... Oh. There are some jumps that happening, I don't know why that is. Once you first go, but I think it's because the raycast we're doing is not hitting, is actually reaching the edge. It's not hitting the wall, or it hits us. Although that doesn't make a lot of sense actually. You can see that little jump that is happening over there. And we're going to try and fix it. But for now, let's fix on this. Okay, and let's see what happens when we are crouched. Okay, okay. Okay, yeah, so that actually works just fine. So, let's finish with this part. And actually, let's do one more fix. Once we are in crouch, here that is, we shouldn't really be able to move. So, we're going to go back to our controller, back to the base layer, and in here we enable can rotate. So we should be removing the velocity when we are on can rotate. So going back to our crouch movement, let's see. If this is the case, then let's try resetting our velocity. Okay, we can also copy this and put it inside our handle movement, or just basically movement, our move. Just to be sure, we do not have any blending. So let's try and recreate this, and I think we're done for this part as well. Yeah, okay. Because the... Yeah, okay. Because this turns false really fast when you enter, basically. No, because there is some blending here. I think it's because of that. Delay. Actually, I'm going to add the delay as well for this bool status, and you're going to change the status from here. Pass the status. Actually, let's turn this to target status. And we're going to also do the same thing down here. Delay, and now we want the opposite of the status. So it will also delay to reset. I think that should fix it. Okay, maybe not. That's interesting though. Why are we not? Because when you enter, you exit, and then unless we are moving right away. No, we're not moving right away. Crouch equals false. Let's find our controller again. Oh, yeah, this actually does nothing because we are assigning the velocity again. So we need to change the move direction. And let's do the same thing down here. I think for down here, that's okay because our velocity is assigned here. So this just clears it. Okay. Yeah, that does it. But I think we just don't even need the delay anymore for at least the guy, at least for the exit. So let's see, change pool status. Let's ignore these 3 lines and bring back this one. Okay, we might need it, we might not. We'll see playtesting this. It's really hard to guess if we need it or not. But yeah, that's even better. Okay, the other thing that I'm going to do is when we are actually exiting the state on the controller, we're going to be killing our velocity and our move direction. So going back, let's see, that's our wall movement. Let's go backwards a little bit. Is crouch. Okay, so whenever the is crouch is changing, which is down here, up here, we're actually going to be killing our velocity of the controller. Or we're just going to go after we calculated our move direction, and for the first frame we're going to just pass an empty move direction or a simple move direction, so we are not actually moving around. Yeah, I think that's better, but there is some sliding going around, and I think that actually didn't do much, or didn't do anything for that matter. Well, there's one way to fix that, is to basically just wait once you're going back to the locomotion standing. Yeah, you know what, just leave it. That doesn't really do anything. And there's not really a way to cheat this. Now, so for this part we are complete. On the next part we're actually going to do some prop things. So we're going to make the FPS camera first, and then we're going to make him go below. So this won't happen. you will actually be able to go underneath and we will see the camera and so on and so on. Okay, so let's ignore that. So let's finish with this part. As always, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, and if you like to see more stuff, more videos, more series, more of everything, then consider supporting me on Patreon so we can keep making all these nice things we're making. I'll see you next time.